I thought I'd spend a few minutes talking about the skis I generally use. I have three pairs of skis, but I want to talk about these two right here. One is my Super Shaper iTitan head skis on the left, and the other is the K2 Poachers on the right. You can see one is larger than the other. The K2s are longer than the others. They're 184 versus 170 for the Super Shapers. Lots of other differences, and for instance, the turning radius. So skis need to turn, and this side cut helps them turn. If you look at how the head ski is fatter at the tip and the tail rather than in the center, this helps with turning a lot. So you can do better turning. This is a 15-meter turning radius versus this is 19 meters. So this is for long turns. This is for really faster turns, depending on what you want to do. These poachers, though, I love them because they're so good on variable snow. They're also twin tipped, and here's I think a couple websites that I found that have pictures of them. And this one is kind of funky because it moves around a lot, but you see that they're twin tipped, so they actually have rising tips at both ends. They're great skis. I use these when I teach. I also use these when I'm just wanting to play around. Especially if I think that the snow conditions aren't good, then I'll go ahead and use these. So I feel like I have more control and in those conditions. Actually, you have more control with the super shapes because they're actually they're higher performance skis. So I use these ones like if I'm doing like I did a workshop recently where we were learning racing, coaching, teaching. I mean, that's something that I like to do. Or so this is fun. These skis are a little bit better for making these turns, and they're better for high performance skiing. They're harder for, in my view, for a beginner. If you buy these, they might have a little difficult time with them. You need to give yourself a little time to be able to ski with them. These are 2019 version, 2019-20 version, as you can see here. The newer versions, they just have a different color or blue type color to them. But as you can see, they're 15-meter radius. I love these skis, but again, they're higher performance. So it depends on what the day's like. So if I'm going to go skiing and I feel like we're going to have these really nice groomed runs where I can work on carving, I can work on turning, and I also use the Carve app. If you're not familiar with this, the Carve app. This is the system, and I'll make a separate video on this where insert you insert this sensor underneath your between your underneath your little boot and the actual shell of your ski boot, and then it actually picks up all these different data on your movement, so you can actually learn how well you're skiing or how poorly, in my case, I'm skiing, right? So using those data, I can actually start making adjustments. I can train better. Well, I like to use those. I use them with both skis, to be honest, but these skis, I find it better for me because they're they're honestly they're less forgiving. If I make an error, I show them here more so than I do with my big twin tips. Those are just for playing around. So I like these skis, but the warning is that if you're beginner, I wouldn't get these yet. I'd say this is you can be, obviously you can ski with anything you want, but I would say that these are better for more advanced skiers. The poachers, on the other hand, they're just like cool, fun skis. They're heavy though. Mine's are 184s, and they're heavy. I fell once, and they unfortunately hit me after I fell, and ouch, that hurt a lot because they were just falling on ice, not when I was skiing. I was falling carrying them, and they're heavy indeed. But these are a good pair of skis, and I just love them. So as you can see, then those are two. I change them from day to day. Like if I'm going to go skiing and I know it's going to be kind of a weird day, or if I teach, I'll just use my K2s. I know I can play around. And one thing I like, and you don't need twin tips to do this, obviously. I like doing spinning or whirly birds. I just feel more comfortable doing those when my twin tips. But that's it. So choose your skis carefully when you go skiing, and don't assume that all skis are alike. By the way, what I'm told, and I'm not a good mogul skier, and I'm working on that this year as I'm shooting for a level 2 PSIA certification. You need shorter thinner skis. Like these skis turn too much to be good in moguls, and these are way too long. So maybe one day I'll have to have mogul skis too. All right, take care. Bye.